Good. Have a good day. You're dismissed. Goodbye.
Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Wolverine channel, where we share these videos for transparency and accountability. And we want to get people to understand that you have a First Amendment right while you are on public land, in public, and nobody can come against you, even if it's not popular. A lot of things people are saying about Christian nowadays are not so popular amongst certain political parties, and it's like beyond around political lines of the difference between the two, and it's just getting ridiculous. So if you're for or against the message, it doesn't matter. You're on public land, and we are the First Amendment society where all opinions and religions are respected amongst each other. So I wanted to share this video to bring awareness to this. I'm not just doing this because I'm a Christian. I'm doing this because I am going to stay within the boundaries of just the action and not the message. You know, if you believe in it, you believe in it. I believe in it personally, but it doesn't make a difference what I believe. I can share that, but that would be my opinion. Okay, so everybody has the right to share their opinion, especially in a public park already paid for by the taxpayers, we the people. So if you think that you had rented out a space inside of an already owned public park by the people, and as long as you're not in that specific space, you can't rent out the whole park. Okay, and you can say that we got a permit. No, that's not the way that works. That's not the way that works. The First Amendment, you don't have to pay to indulge in your First Amendment right. And that's who we are, isn't it? Isn't this who we are? I'm really surprised, and the lack of people showing up to this is probably because the word Christian is in front of this. And this is the double standard inside the 1A. I want to point that out. And that is why I don't take any of these people serious anymore. But for those of you that keep the narrative and that are subscribed to me, you guys know that I will say the things that most people won't say. And I love God. I love the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That is my opinion. I believe that God rose me from my deathbed. That is not my opinion. Wayne State University, from the people's side that don't believe in God, they did 7 presentations on me and could not tell me why I'm alive. So therefore, the opinions that is based upon the fact of what they believe in is propagating the message of not murdering a child. And that is their perspective on it. And they have every right to believe that. And they have every right to say it peacefully. But that's not my issue. My issue is not the message. My issue is the action and then the reaction from those Nazis called tyrants that literally arrest them for peacefully protesting. So let's give this a whirl and watch some of this. The link of this whole video is in the description. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to play what some people and how they engaged into the people and the action that they were doing at the time. This is in South Bend, Indiana, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we do, and we've seen them actually.
What?
Well,
that's fine.
Sometimes people criticize them. This isn't even like an actual photo.
Where's the picture with the baby? Oh, the.
So here's the baby taking a pill to terminate a baby is murder. Okay, well, that's an opinion. There's a lot of people that agree and disagree with that. This lady just happens to agree. So there are people inside this park that are there for it being a park. They have the right to assemble.
Pamphlet that we have. Oh, that one over there.
No, here's your show of force. Look at that. Here come the Nazis. Look at all these Nazis. Look at all these Nazis, ma'am. Look at that beautiful child right here. I just want to point out, look at that beautiful child.
So I was like encouraged. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate
Remember,
it.
this is not hate speech, ladies and gentlemen. This is just an ideology that backs up what people believe as truth, and that's humanity. If anything, this is humanity. Whether you have a choice or not, it makes no difference to me. My choice is on the narrative of the higher ground of having a moral high ground. And that is something between, just like it's between you and your doctor, it's also between you and your God.
10 police officers.
We're gonna show force, guys. Remember, this is a publicly owned facility. Do you see this right here? This is what they rented. You see this? They rented these pavilions to have this gathering. Okay? And because these people are here to bring attention to their narrative, which is their First Amendment right to, because it's not hate speech. So everybody should be behind it no matter what. Everybody in the 1A, regardless of this message, should be backing this up.
I mean, we're being forced
The right to do it.
out right now.
Look at that show of force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's like 3 or 4 more behind there. So I think there's a total of 11 cops there. Now they're coming up on a public sidewalk. See this? Watch this. They go on the other side of that public sidewalk and look. See, they're standing right there. Now listen to the 4 or 5 statesmen in the background clapping their hands that have just happened to be on the opposing side, which is the Democrats. You know, there are Republicans and Democrats amongst them. You hear about the 4 Democrats that are, doing what they're doing.
Unless you guys have a permit to set up. Yes, it's called the First Amendment. This is not property. Yes, it is. They're about to beat us up.
He just said, no, it's not. Did you hear that, pig? See, this is why you pigs in what you do, you so-called order takers, okay? You SS Nazis, this is why we believe that you are sovereign citizens. Listen to what this pig says about this property.
Unless you guys have a permit to set up. Yes, it's called the First Amendment. This is not property.
See that? It's not. They don't even believe in their own constitution. That gave them the right to set up this little sign right here behind them.
They're about to beat us up and take us by force. These police officers, these tyrants are about to take us by force.
You see that? I told you it's a show of force, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see this? Do you see this property right here? This is no longer the park's property. Okay, this sidewalk is a public forum now. According to the Supreme Court, during the day and during hours of operation, this is a public forum that you can have signs on from this line all the way to here. Even if it was true, even if that was a private property over there, you would still be able to, from this point right here on, all the way to the street, to the curb.
They've already said they're ready to throw down.
Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think there's a couple over here. Look at them. It looks like they're ready to take pleasure in it. This guy's all flexed up and shit. Look.
But this is a city park. Who is there a like a captain here or a supervisor?
There's the one with the gold badge. Just happens to be an activist that's itself. You guys know what I mean. I can tell the way the person's standing, but I won't go no further than that.
So what are we following?
You know, that authority goes to their head, you know?
So you are going to
You know,
trespass us from public
You know how I look at it when you're not committing a crime? These sergeants, captains, commanders, 2-star commanders, and up, all they have done has they have gotten respect inside of their department where they have earned their way up and have more status and more responsibility in that building. That don't mean you're my captain or my sergeant. You are just over the little peons that constantly make bad choices, and like this one right here, and then they get behind it, and as soon as that captain agrees, now to me this captain is an activist. I believe that this captain is using her bias against it because she just happens to be a female that wants her choice. She's using her bias. That is my opinion.
For what crime have we committed? No, but we're on public property. I know, but we're on public property.
No, it's a private event on public property. As long as you're not inside their private event and harassing them, meaning sticking that sign in their face and being rude and obnoxious and ruining and basically creating a disturbance, that is when you break the law. There was no laws being broken there. People were coming up to them, engaging them.
It is not so this is a public park. There's kids playing in that park over there that are not part of this event.
Now he just showed where the law is not being equally applied and what they're trying to imply there. So they're saying that there's parents over there that have nothing to do with this event that are taking their kids over there to observe their right to assemble on public property. Now these people should have the same rights. It's in the Constitution and in the state constitution as well in Indiana, that you have to equally apply the law.
Kids playing in the park and you're showing bloody fetuses, that seems like it's going to be more harmful.
Oh my God, listen to this snowflake. There's kids in the park and you're showing bloody fetuses. That's not what that sign shows, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to that sign real quick. That right there is that's not so bloody at all. That shows the inside of a person. That is not gorific. Okay, so that right there, when that moron stepped up and said what he said, is just them melting down and gaslighting the situation even more. So let's go back and we'll get it from that point. And I forgot where I was. Okay, here we go.
These tyrants are about to take us by force. They've already said they're ready to throw down. But this is a city park. Is there a like a captain here or a supervisor?
My message. So what are we following?
So you are going to trespass us from public property. For what crime have we committed? No, but we're on public property. I know, but we're on public property. It is not a. So this is a public park.
So where at in her sentence did she said they have a right? Well, what about our rights? What about everybody else's rights standing around besides them? You're saying that those people don't have a right to assemble? Those people don't have a right to use the public property for their public needs as well, as long as they're not committing a crime? See, that these people are full of crap.
There's kids playing in that park over there that are not part of this event.
Kids playing in the park and you're showing bloody fetuses. That seems like it's going to be more harmful.
Well, First Amendment speech is protected.
Oh, wait,
for the
so it
very
is a bad
reason
thing?
that it's considered offensive by people.
And that's exactly what the Constitution says. It alone, the offense alone shows that the right to stand is greater than the offense. So these people don't know what they're talking about. As usual.
Okay, go.
Well, you're hearing from our lawyers, man.
Hey, good luck.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the other side of the
All the way to the other side of the street. You guys are good.
Did you hear that, pig? Good luck. See, that's why we call you guys pigs. That's why you're swine. I don't hate you. But that specific pig right there, he's a pig. And there's a lot like him. And if you fit that criteria, you're a pig.
Oh.
Now, you see these blocks right here? This is where the street excess begins. I'm going to show you. See that public sign right there? Oh, yeah.
I do not have to go to the other side of the street.
All right. Do you see this real up close right here where my arrow is? If you screenshot that yourself, you will see the city of South Bend on that. That is publicly accessible.
This is the last time we're going to tell you.
This is the last time I'm going to tell you. This bully piece of crap is standing up to people and trying to tell people that they cannot have an opinion. They do not have a right to speak, and they don't have a right to assemble. They are taking their rights away from them and not equally applying the law because of their bias. Yes, I am saying their bias. Let's put aside the message, people. Even though I stand behind the message, I can't go against other people that disagree with that message. The fact of the matter is they could have had a really good back and forth conversation and left with people agreeing to disagree. That is what conversation, an open conversation, an open, free to express yourself is all about. Not pigs coming in and showing a sign of force like this. This is not what we're supposed to do. Look, see, this is why I'm different from a lot of other people, because they don't believe in my God. But I am mature enough to say, let's put the message aside and let's look at the action. The action is lawful. The First Amendment allows it, and therefore it should be upheld and equally applied.
To the other side of the street. That's it. Go. Wow. Tyrants. Evil
There's
tyrants.
cars.
Of course, I would have done the same thing. I would have took the arrest. I would be out there with my verbal judo, and with them taking me down, it would have been an international incident. Now they are creating a corrosive situation where they are ready and they are ready to counterreact to set these protesters up. Remember, this could be me and you out here at a pig convention saying we don't like the imagine us out there with blue with signs that ostracize the blue line flag. Let's pretend that's them, okay? Let's pretend that that's them right now. And you see this big pathway from this guy's foot to this guy where he's standing. You could get 2 cars between where they're at, and yet they're gaslighting them. You're using a gaslighting tactic to get the police to say, get out of the street. They even moved further out of their way, and they're honking their horns to bring attention. And you see this cop, he's breaking his neck to look. Look, they're all looking. You see this? They are willing to see. He is here. See it? There's a cone over here on the other side as well, and on the other side of this a vendor right here, he has a as well. He is standing flush with that line. Now he even moves closer to things that they would not be in the way, and that is normally protected by that cone. He's not in the road. These ain't nothing but Democrats trying to come against Republicans, or if it was vice versa, I would say the same thing. Trust me, I am not biased in any way when it comes to Republicans and Democrats because I can't stand either one of them. They're all fake to me.
I know. It's like as we leave, there's a lot of encouragement from people to keep doing what we're doing.
Did you hear that? There was people inside this event, whatever they're doing here. I don't know what it's some type of an event. I don't think it was people that were anti. There just happen to be people that are anti each other when it comes to this abortion issue. The state is ready to take you down if you have an opposing opinion, just like that jab, just like that anything else. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, you guys don't see it, man, but Hitler did what he did because he was brainwashed too. There's more information coming out that, you know, he went all the way right.
This guy's making a
They're
video
conspiring right now.
dancing in front of Mike Bully. He's recording himself dancing like a fool.
See that? That is what these lames do. These snowflakes, we call them, do when the state allows them to act like fools that way. And this, you could see this right here. You see this? See, I can't zoom into this. But if you see this guy right here, he's laughing at this. He's obviously a biased person himself.
The levels of like hostility in different situations. So here you kind of get like the convenient hostility versus
They're conspiring. See this? He's saying, I'm going to go ahead and arrest him. I'm going to go ahead and arrest him. And they're like, yeah. Watch this. See this? Watch it. Watch it happen. They're coming together. They're about to make the decision. You want to go ahead?
And this might be the day that people get arrested. It's about Dad.
Let's give him a lawful order. Let's get this guy out of here. What time is it? He looks at his time.
Turn.
Yeah. Well, hey, we had it in Wisconsin. I mean,
They all come together.
Like what? I mean, it could be like a.
They come in appliance.
Oh, my car's back at back at Yoder Crossroads for free.
Now see this? He's still on the public right of way.
That woman over there, she's probably the most encouraging person
Now he's coming to give him a lawful order. Here it comes.
I've spoken to outside of an event ever.
You see that? He took a step back. Now see that?
I said, yeah, I hope they put.
Now he's redressing them. This is called redress. Forget what the lady's saying and her message, what she's saying. Pay attention to what's happening over here. Watch the body movement. Watch the body language.
Bucks underneath my wiper.
Here he comes.
Man, Mike is upset. No.
Just gave him a lawful order. I need you to leave the premises now.
So what do we have to pay to be here?
So can we pay?
Next year, let's set up a booth here.
We buy a booth under
And then we can spread out wherever. They can't tell us no.
No, she's delegitimizing her own cause. See, that's what bootlickers do. You know, and that is the problem here. You don't pay for your First Amendment. Sorry. Your First Amendment's not for sale.
How are you? Jesus is Lord.
Amen.
God
Bam, look at that.
will not be mocked.
Oh, here we go, everybody.
Look at it. Here they are. Now listen to all the states people. Listen to the bootlickers. The people that call themselves so-called justice warriors on the Democratic side. Listen to them. All government agents. Now they're threatening him. If I was there, I would have walked up in there. Go on, do what you got to do. I would have looked at them like Jesus looked at Judas. Do it and do it quick.
Dad might get arrested as well.
45 feet. Stay right there. 45 feet over there. Thank you, sir.
You're a tyrant.
Mike Gully has been, arrested?
It's really important we get all
These bootlickers don't know what they're doing.
everything on video. Mike Gully being arrested.
What'd that sign say anyway? Let me see if I can get it.
Mike Gully.
Woman, sex, objects, blah, 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 whatever. It's all free speech. Whether people agree with it or not, it doesn't matter.
Being arrested
It's nothing obscene.
for asking for an ordinance. He was asking for an ordinance, officer.
Don't be in this arrest
You're a
report.
tyrant. Man, you are a tyrant. I cannot
Say tyrant
believe.
again, I believe you're provocating.
You're a thug. You're a thug.
Did you hear that? You hear that? You hear that? He just threatened me. You say tyrant again, you got to leave the property. Listen to this.
Cannot
Say tyrant
believe.
again, I believe you're provocating.
You're a thug. You're a thug.
See that?
Provocating a public official?
You pretend to uphold the law.
Propagated him. Man, suck a dick.
Oh, you don't even know the law you're pretending to uphold, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is where I'd be cussing him out.
Yeah, Mike Gully was looking for a fight, though. You heard him? No.
This is, I mean, you're trespassing in the street now?
You see
You can't
that?
even be in the street.
This is an agent of the state. You know why? Because he told him to pull up. They wanted to block the view of that arrest. See that?
This person is intentionally blocking the camera view.
Tell me that these guys ain't committing 241, guys. This is 241, deprivation of rights on the color of law. They're conspiring against this individual they just arrested.
This van won't move.
So why do we have to be 25 feet away? We can't hear what they're saying. That seems suspicious as well, doesn't it?
Well, and this van's was intentionally blocking the view. They're taking his camera. Looks like they have his phone too.
Blessed are you.
I want to remind you, Christians, you so-called fake people that won't stand. In your Bible, it says, in my name, you guys will die for your lack of knowledge. The knowledge to represent. You don't have to be like Barabbas and go out and commit murder trying to protect yourself. If you're going to believe what you believe, you have to make your stand. You got to be willing to say, no, hell no. We ain't accepting this. And if you know what a steward is, and the reason why I say steward, Jesus touched on this stewardship. If you're a bad steward, he denounced bad stewardship. Do you know, because we are forced to pay taxes, we are the stewards. Therefore, we have to be responsible for them. And if we don't start redressing them like it says in the First Amendment, then we are guilty of letting it by. And according to our belief system, we'll be held accountable just as much as the bad person with our God. I'm sorry for those that believe, you understand. For those that you don't believe, I'm not trying to force this on you. You don't have to believe that. I respect your right, but you can't tell me that you can't sit around and listen to something that you disagree with, because that's what submission's all about, is putting yourself under somebody else and believing or listening to them with somebody that you disagree with. And submitting is to realize that there's another side to it, and maybe the greater of the two evils might be better for you.
Okay, we're gonna get out the horns and we're gonna see.
Look at this guy. Look at this agent of the state right here. This bootlicker. Unless this is his spot that he's rented. Well, they're not rented. They just have permits, or excuse me, they have a city permit to sell food.
There's a huge crowd, man.
So just to be clear, my signs were stolen. The police did not care anything about. All they cared about was chasing us off the property. 10 of them chased us to the street.
And how many did it take to arrest
Mike
Mike?
Gully was asking for an ordinance that he violated. They wouldn't produce the ordinance, but they then arrested him for asking this question because he wouldn't obey their commands. He was asking for an ordinance.
I don't understand. The link Wolverine sent me wouldn't let me chat. I don't understand what you mean, Michael. What's that mean? The link. What do you mean it wouldn't let you chat? I'm confused. You want to further elaborate on that?
Then you heard the police officer come over and say, "Well, we'll put the ordinance in the arrest report."
Yeah, this dude right here, he's definitely an agent of the state. Yep, it says staff right on there. Look at that. So we know that it's a liberal. So we know it's biased. When I say bias, they are partisan. They are not bipartisan. People need to be bipartisan cities, and that is why these cities are going to the ground, because they're so damn partisan. And the other ones that do got their shit together, they're committing really bad acts because they went all the way right, and they're violating people's rights and their opinions. It's bad. You could be damn sure when you have a city that don't have a lot of disruptions that's in the Bible Belt, you can be damn sure that these people are committing tyranny in the back lots and behind buildings and in places where the public can't see. You can be damn sure of it. Especially those Freemasons. Whoops, sorry. I lost my place there. Forgive me, guys. All right, so let's go back to that.
It took how many officers to arrest Mike?
What's the frame yard?
Man, it was like 4 or 5 of them.
What's he talking about? Michael, is that you? Hold up.
We got bail money.
It's all right.
Look at him smirk at him. Look at him look down at him and smirk. Look at that face. Look at that.
And he's preaching.
Jesus Christ came into this world.
I don't understand what you're saying, Mike.
We have all sinned and fallen short.
Did I send you something? Who are you, Mike?
Officer, you're a tyrant.
You know, I have thousands of
You're
people
operating
here.
like a thug.
Not here in my chat.
You're going to answer for this.
On this, that will watch us
You
later.
repent and believe the gospel of Jesus Christ.
There is another king. His name is King Jesus.
don't know.
We can hold signs out in front.
Anyway, I'm in the middle of a live stream.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like you're.
Hey, buddy.
I couldn't watch the chat, but had no chat bar to click on, but it's all good
How
now.
long did they hold
Oh,
on?
okay.
You guys should be ashamed of yourself. You call yourself police officers. What
No,
are you
they're
policing
tyrant.
They
exactly?
were having like some meeting there, and they had pizza.
What's his name? Freedom of something. He's the auditor in South Bend. Freedom to film. He's always recording these tyrants. I'm surprised he ain't doing a story on this himself.
Race is walking out of jail, just looking at tire box and pizza.
That is really funny. Apparently, as Marcus was leaving the jail, he took a whole box of pizza with him because they were having like a meeting and there was pizza. Are they going through all this stuff?
Officer, this is his son-in-law. Can he have his vehicle keys? This is his.
Get it from the county jail.
Can I get an
Do
address
that.
for that, sir?
Look it up on.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys see the bias? Do you hear the bias right now? He's like, can I have the keys? This is his son-in-law. The vehicle's over there. What they're trying to do is set the state up to get more. After a certain hour, you can't be there from dusk to dawn, and they'll come in and they will tow that vehicle.
Google.
Look it up on Google. Thank you for your help, officer.
Good morning, Patricia.
Thank you for your help, officer. Look it up on Google.
Protect and serve, right?
You can just tell me an address. Anyone? Address?
All of well.
Google it. Come on. Wasn't it the other officer who couldn't
Okay,
use his
thank
phone
you,
to call
sir.
dad?
Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. This is all about freedom of speech. You can't, if you disagree with the message and you are part of this community and you take off delegitimizing us, you are not about the First Amendment. There are things that I disagree with a lot that I still propagate. Do you honestly think that I believe in Antifa? Do you think I believe in the real BLM? They're fake. They're fake as fuck. But there are some people out there that protest peacefully that I agree with them being in the streets to say what's on their mind. I'll tell you that right now. I will stand next to them for their right to say it. This is so sad. This is just another white guy, man. He didn't get his teeth knocked out. He didn't get dragged. He didn't get no arms broke. It's just, him. He's the bad guy. Yeah, that's right. Crickets. You know why? Because people are full of shit. It's something that doesn't interest you. I'm not talking to my subscribers. I'm talking to people that come in and just leave for no other appearance because they don't agree with the message. You're not mature enough to understand that the action and the freedom to assemble on public property, to record, because there's no expectation of privacy, and to have a sign that has a narrative that has nothing to do whether you agree with it or not. This is what we are. This is who we are. Everybody has the right to have an opinion. When you take that opinion away, Even if a guy come up to me and said, you know what, I don't agree with what you're doing. Okay, cool. We'll have to agree to disagree. We don't have to be all forceful, committing third-degree assaults on each other, acting like morons. Just peacefully protest and be done with it. You know, there's a proper form for this. There's a proper quorum. The sidewalk, he was way past the sidewalk. You got to understand what a sidewalk is basically a 5x8 piece of concrete that allows the public to be at. And it's for their convenience so they don't have to walk on soggy, muddy, or grass that could be full of insects and mosquitoes and stuff. Okay, so but according to immediate adjacent right from the curb all the way to that point to where they put that sidewalk is all publicly accessible property. So when I'm gonna point this again right here, I'm gonna show you something. According to the law, from this line right here to this sidewalk that it butts up to that park is the public venue. All right, it's an open public venue in time, place, and manner to be able to do what they're doing in the First Amendment. And they claimed that this is a First Amendment violation. They told the officers, you're violating my First Amendment right. You know, people keep delegitimizing this. Quit doing that. If you're a part of this community, if you don't believe in the message, I think it's, in my opinion, that you should even push this more than any other agenda that you have. Same as me. I get behind people. I even pushed a narrative for poor dirt farmer when he got arrested, and I can't stand that guy. Can't stand him. The guy's full of crap. He's a freaking moron out here that constantly contradicts himself. But guess what? I did a story on him anyway. And I pointed out the tyranny and what they did. I backed his right to do what he was doing, even though I can't stand him.
And they're all palling around over there.
Christians? Officers, are you Christians, any of you? Sir, are you Christian?
God in heaven, and he rules over the affairs of men.
Yeah, I remember you. I know who you are, buddy. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate you.
And what we see is in their conflict, there is a higher law, there is a higher authority. If society and culture and law is the highest authority, then it itself becomes a god.
Yeah, if I could show you in constitutional law where sodomy is a 15-year. These are legislators that made this, okay? Adultery is a felony and in a year in the county jail. Working on the Sabbath was a sin. Do you know why our duly elected legislators made those laws? Because this country was built upon Judeo-Christianity. And it's turned its back on its God. I'm sorry if you don't like the truth. Just like a lot of Caucasians don't like to believe that their police officers were made just to go get slaves, but when the 13th Amendment was ratified, they had to change their narrative. And they had to, now they had to commit to go to the interests of the state. And they still have to make victims. That's why they want to put you in their system, because they have to replace you with the slave. You are now another slave. You've always been slaves. There's just different levels of slavery, ladies and gentlemen.
You told her what
Men
happened.
must answer to a God higher than the state. The state is not
Liz.
God. The state is not Lord
You told her what happened.
over life. This God that we know, who is not far from any one of us, we will all give an account to. We will stand before. And even our acts of public service we will answer to.
So this is terrible right here.
He was arrested.
Right? We'll come to the jail.
I just want to see him leave, and I'll put the link again into the. It's in the description, but I'll put the link back in where you guys can go watch the link.
Mike, we'll come.
Okay, so go and support this guy, and the owner of this channel. I don't know who they are, but go. Ooh, dang it. That's not the right one. Cut. Here, put it on all three of my channels here. Boom. Bam. All right, cool. All right. So now what we're seeing here today, ladies and gentlemen, is a blatant violation of the First Amendment and our core values as a country. And we really need to stop this. I'm serious. We got to put a stop to this. We have to fight back in some way that is going to affect the way these people, and public opinion is very important. So if you stand behind this person, go stand behind him and tell him Wolvie sent you. Wolvie's going back quiet reading the mail. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'm back quiet.